Hello my friends, welcome back for the final of our Christmas week shave. Technically for me, this is, at least how I think of it, this is really into the next week because Sunday's the first day of the week for me. At least how I tend to go by it. I got my hot towel going here. It was really not as hot as it was a few minutes ago, but you know, as get as old as me, or get to be my age, I'm not going to say I'm really old, but when you start running water in the sink, all of a sudden you got to pee. So my water ended up cooling off. Today we're continuing or finishing up this week long use, running into Christmas of Vespers. Today we're using one of my very first, last shave was my very first, and this is my second brush. This was a gift to me from my very dear friend Sam in Canada. This is an Omega Boar brush. It's a little bit longer bristles. It makes it a very able latherer, and took a 15-second load and made just mountains of beautiful lather from this particular soap. Razor today is another first. This is my very first #1 razor. It is a Hinkle 81. This was my father's razor. We found it in a box of his shaving gear, and I didn't know at the time. I'd always only ever remember Dad using electric razors, and I was an electric razor user also, and I ran out. My razor died, and so I was looking for other alternatives. Dad had passed 5 years or so before that, but I still had his shaving stuff, or his bag, kind of a toilet kit, and going through it I found a Gillette Slim and a Super Speed, and then this razor. The Slim was in pretty bad shape, and I was trying to clean it up and ended up destroying the darn thing, getting it clean. And the Tech I still have. Why do I keep calling it a Tech? Super Speed, still around. But it's also in not real great shape. I think his dop kit had been stored improperly, because there's also a bunch of blades in there that had rusted into a brick of blades. They were worthless, but I was able to get a couple of blades out of it, at least to tie me over until I could get to drugstore and pick up some more double-edged blades. And get to an interview, which was successful. So after using his lucky razor, and then being curious, and I'm a lifelong Boy Scout, so sharp knives and stuff like that are fascinating. I honed this thing up on a barber hone that was gifted to me from a fella at the church. And strapped on newspaper. This razor started its eventual move into shave readiness. My initial attempts at this were fruitless. but I later was able to make it good. It's now sporting a conical edge, finished on a Japanese natural stone, and it's just a shade over 4/8. Maybe 11/16. I mean, it's just, I'm not sure if it was designed that way or just the way it is. And I break it out, especially Christmas week or when I'm feeling a little sentimental and I want to, bask in some memories. I try to imagine my dad using this razor. And then I don't have many memories of my grandfather, who I suspect this razor came from, using it. I don't remember much about him. There are pictures of him holding me on the porch of their home in Lexington, Kentucky, where our particular family group is from. I may have overwatered this soap just a little bit, so the lather's broke. When I did my first pass, you saw how voluminous it was. It's collapsed like a souffle in the bowl. I wonder if I can whip it up. Not without adding more product. And if it's the second pass, I kind of like it a little soupy anyway. We were able to get a little more life into it. And where was I? Oh yeah, we were talking about history of this razor. It looked like when I was doing the restoration of this thing that somebody had tried to hone it with a wildly inappropriate grit. So the bevel was just awful. So once I got a smooth bevel on it, it wasn't bad. This is really good steel. I don't know how old this razor is. If it was my grandfather's, it would be from the probably 30s and 40s. I don't have any memories of him shaving. All my shaving is pretty much self-taught. And because I'm extremely right-handed, I'm just a right-handed only shaver. My left hand is not as dexterous as I would like it to be. But I mean, it does its job. Outstanding. Yeah, just having you guys along helped me get a pretty good shave today. Yep, that will do. close things up with the alum, and pretty much no buzz at all. Just a little generalized, yes, I've got alum on my face kind of a buzz, but that's nothing to worry about, and it's pretty smooth. This is the one day of the year where my whole day is pretty much spent at the church. We had our Sunday morning service, and now I got to go back for a Christmas Eve service tonight, and we'll be spending some time there. This would be a time for you guys to, I would recommend, think about your family, think about your friends, and how great it is to be in the country we are. And what a wonderful thing we got going. Today, let me finish this thing up, or I'll forget and then I won't put aftershave on. Start out with some Thayer's lemon. It's kind of a small dose of that. Then we have the Vespers aftershave. I'm gonna give myself a generous dose of this because I got a whole bunch of, this bottle's nearly full, and I don't know how it's still that full when I've had this thing for a number of years. I love this smell, and it's pretty much my dedicated Christmas season soap. And we're pretty much done. Thank you for coming. This is my Omega Boar brush, and we used our Hinkle 81. And Merry Christmas to all of my friends here and all my viewing people. If you're looking at this, Merry Christmas to you. This is 2023. I wish you all the best. I'm Major Rich. You can find me on theshavingcutter.com. If you made it this far, might as well help my channel grow a little bit. Hit the like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps me out. We will see you next time. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.